Dear brothers, there is no other way to explain this to you, so here goes. You must resistance train. You must put your muscles and joints against an external force. You must force your body to adapt so that it can progress and become better and stronger. I know that all of you have some conception of why resistance training is important. But allow me to help clarify this a little bit and hopefully provide a little bit more inspiration to the necessity that is resistance training. Let's get the quick ones out of the way here. Just the physiological benefits of resistance training. Decrease your blood pressure, typically an important one. You're going to be bigger and stronger, especially if you're lifting with some more hypertrophy style workouts. You're going to improve your lean body mass, aka you're going to be less fat, which also means that you will look better naked. And I don't care what any man says, they all want to look better naked, no matter what they say. You're going to have better bone health. You're going to have improved sleep. You're going to have improved testosterone, which leads to one of the most important ones. You're going to have better libido. For those of you who don't know what that is, that means that your sex drive is higher. And for all of my men watching this, all of you know that that is important, and it is scary how many of us are way low in that department. No more. That's what weight training can help with. There are a host of other physiological benefits, but that's kind of the gist of it. All of us know that resistance training is good. It's important for our bodies, and anybody who says otherwise is a liar. If your doctor says that you shouldn't resistance train, get rid of them unless there is some very specific medical reason that you cannot resistance train, which is usually pretty rare, but it exists. What I really want to talk to you guys about is more of a philosophical and moral side as to why we need to resistance train. So number one, as a God-fearing man, the first aspect of this is that I am called to honor God through the treatment of my body. The Bible often talks about our body as a temple. So in 1 Corinthians 6, 19 through 20, it says that, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own, you were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body. Even for those of you who may have little knowledge of the Bible, or those of you who struggle with a belief in God or a higher power altogether, understand that your body is a temple, and it's the only one you get. It is sacred. It's a gift. You are given an opportunity to be alive on this earth. That is a blessing. The treatment of your body cannot be overlooked, and it also tells people a lot about how you treat other aspects of your life. If you are slothful with your body, that begets slothfulness. Lethargy begets lethargy. Okay? So understand that this is your temple. You have to protect it and treat it appropriately. The next aspect to this, which I love, is described by Seneca, who's a Stoic philosopher who I've read for many years. But in his book, Letters from a Stoic, he says that the body should be treated more rigorously, that it may not be disobedient to the mind. I'm going to say that again for any of you that might have missed that. The body should be treated more rigorously so that it may not be disobedient to the mind. What does that mean? It all comes down to who is in charge. Every time you step foot into the gym and you pick up those weights, the body is being told what to do. The feelings of tiredness in the morning when the alarm clock goes off, or when you get home from work and your body is just like, I don't really want to do this. When you say, we're going to the gym, the body learns, oh, you're in charge. When you get to those last few reps of a workout and the muscles are burning, you're tired, you're like, I don't want to do this. The body is trying to say no, and the mind demands obedience. When you train, your body bends the knee, for my Game of Thrones people, to the mind's will, not the other way around. This cannot be overlooked as one of the main tenets of living a good life as a man. You are in control. Your mind is in control. Your body cannot tell you what to do. Do not forget that. This is the most important piece of this whole video today. We are the protectors of our families. We are the rock upon which our family can find refuge and safety. We're the first line of defense. The stronger you are, the harder you are to kill. Safety can't be found in weakness. The enemy is going to come to your door with an arsenal. They don't fight fair and they don't give two shits about you or your loved ones. Our strength then cannot be optional. We must train to be like steel, impenetrable, always prepared for battle. I'm telling you guys, God have mercy on the poor soul who fucks with your family because they're about to find out the full capacity of your strength, right? That is what resistance training can be a part of and is a necessity too. It can turn you into a stronger lion. And lions fight. Better yet, they don't go down without a fight. I'm going to talk about the myriad of ways to protect your family at a later date, but do understand your strength, your physical strength, is a very important part of keeping you and your loved ones safe. At this point, some of you might ask, well, Jackson, that sounds great. How do I do that? Do I lift weights? Do I do 2 days a week? Do I do 4 days a week? Do I do an upper body, lower body? Do I do a total body split? 4-day split? Can I use bands? I don't like going to the gym, Jackson. Well, you're about to get some answers. I'm about to give you the the easiest, most minimal, but most necessary things you need to do to start getting stronger today. So, number 1, 2 days a week of 30 to 45 minutes of weight training, resistance training. That's it. 2 days a week, total body resistance training. Okay? Resistance training includes things such as dumbbells, machines, bands, barbells. They even include things like air squats and push-ups and sit-ups and lunges, which a lot of you may have to start with because you're untrained. Like even gravity is resistance. Now, eventually, that's not enough and you have to start adding external force, which is where the gym comes in quite handy, because weights are a bigger force that you can add to across time. Number 2, you must do the following motions with a full range of motion. So you've got 2 days a week, you're going to pick an exercise from each of these movements. Number 1, a pushing movement. Push-ups, dumbbell bench press, barbell bench press, some kind of pushing motion. Pulling or rowing motion, bent over rows, dumbbell rows, band rows, lat pull downs, pull-ups, chin-ups. You've got to do a pressing movement, overhead press, dumbbell overhead press, seated press, squatting movements, back squat, hack squat, leg press, leg extensions, lunges, dumbbell lunges. Hinging movement is your last one. That is deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts. Leg curls could be thrown into that. Anything for the posterior side of your body, your butt, your hamstrings, calves. Okay, that's what our hinging movements tend to hit on. And those are your 5 movements essentially. So you're going to pick an exercise from each of those, do 5 on Tuesday and do 5 different ones on Thursday or Tuesday and Friday. I don't care as long as it's 2 days a week. Now you may now have the question of, well, how many sets, reps, and what about weight? I got you covered. 3 to 5 sets of 6 to 10 repetitions for each of those exercises. You could even keep it the same. We'll call it 4 sets of 6 for every one of those exercises. I love 4x6. It's great. When it comes to weight selection, we're going to do 4 sets of 6 of a back squat, okay? When you get to the 6th rep, I want you to feel like you could have done 2 to 4 more repetitions before your form failed or something went awry, like you actually failed, okay? So you get to the 6th rep and you go, a couple more reps and I think my form's going to break down or I'm going to really struggle with it or fail. Okay, that's your stopping point. Record that. 4 sets of 6 at 135 pounds. Whatever works. The next week, when you go in to do 4x6, you do 4x6 with 140 pounds, or you try to, right? That is our ultimate goal, is that we start adding a little bit of weight each week. This is specifically true for all of you that are beginners, novices. You've really not done a whole lot of lifting, or you're kind of lift and then you stop and you lift and then you stop. You could easily do this for a year and get incredible gains. But the last caveat to that is this. Your nutrition still has to be good 90% of the week. What does that mean? Healthy foods. All of you know essentially what a healthy food is. We'll keep it simple. You need 0.8 grams to a gram per pound body weight every day of protein. Simple. If If you can do meat proteins, even better. Whole grain carbs, veggies, fruits, good fats, extra virgin olive oil is a beautiful thing, and try to keep it minimally processed. Everyone's going to say that, oh, well, it's more complicated. It's not more complicated than that. Eat whole foods, eat enough protein, and you're going to be in good shape. Voila, fellas. You could literally do everything I just said and get very, very strong and have incredible gains for a long time. I promise you. This isn't rocket science, but too many of us are foregoing resistance training for just yoga, or they only play pickleball, or they only do a cycling class, or they just sit on their damn ass all day on the couch and do absolutely nothing. You're not getting any stronger, which, as we have just discussed, is a must. Strength comes from applying your body against a progressively higher resistance. Now, go pick up some heavy shit, and if at any point you are struggling, remember the great wisdom of Ronnie Coleman. Lightweight, baby. As always, God bless, be strong, and get your ass in the gym.